in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz...
Dun, 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 dun. We've come to the end of the road, ladies.
Yep.
I mean, the train keeps on moving regardless, though, because I already saw previews for the next season of Before the 90 Days. So that's super exciting. I'm your host, Alex Bowers, and welcome back to the AfterBuzz 90 Day Fiance After Show. To the left of me, we have Stacey Olivas.
Oh my God, you guys, I missed you. It's
Yes.
been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 3-week hiatus for sure. And Ashley Bowden.
Hey, y'all.
You guys, I know you miss Linda's voice, but she's not going to be in this
we miss
week.
you.
It's okay because, like I said, the train keeps rolling. We will see
Keeps
Linda back. We
rolling,
miss you, Linda.
rolling.
What were your overall thoughts on this episode, ladies?
These
3 episodes, because we're covering the one before the tell-all, episode 12, the tell-all part 1, and tell-all part 2 all tonight. So, thoughts combined.
Like we were talking about, not enough drama. Like I feel like Ange and Michael are who brings the drama every like this season. It wasn't really like they weren't fighting amongst each other. Everyone was just kind of chill about it. So I don't know. I didn't get enough, and there were a lot of things left unanswered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
They were very respectful. I think if I could sum up the tell-all was part 1, I would say just very respectful of one another.
We need a little bit more spice.
You needed some disrespect in there.
A little more disrespect. And we got that with Ange, but we're going to get to that later on.
We love
Because
her.
we could have used a little bit more of that, for real. So with the couples tonight, I kind of just want to touch on a few things. You know, the weddings, because episode 12, plenty of weddings, minus 1.
Yes.
And the tell-all for the couples. And then I want to know whether you ladies think that we'll see these couples later on another season of 90 Day Fiance, or if they'll be happily ever after. Your thoughts for their futures. The first couple that we're going to start with tonight is Tanya and Sinjin. So they were pretty much in a rush to get married, episode 12. And I don't know. I wanted to know your thoughts on the ceremony.
I actually liked it. I think it fit Tanya's personality more than anything. I think she looked nice in her dress. It was appropriate for her. I liked the fact that it was a nighttime wedding. Very unique, very different. And I just, overall, I thought it was a nice ceremony. Nothing bad about it.
I think it was nicer than some of the other couples.
What did you think, Alex? Because I feel like
I know.
It was nicer than Emily and Sasha's, but it was still pretty low on my my radar. I don't know. What I noted was that there was a table with paper towels, eyeglasses, you name it, right next to the altar. I'm like really confused. She was standing right next to a dirty table. I'm like, this is just too much. But they did seem to be very excited about the whole thing, and I like the idea of the tattoos.
I don't know about the
couldn't do
tattoos
it
during the ceremony.
That was different. Normally,
because I was like, why?
It.
I don't know if I want to be at that wedding watching somebody get a tattoo.
Yeah.
You could have just showed me. You could have revealed. It could have been a tattoo reveal.
Right.
But I don't want to sit there and watch you get it. Because
I
it's
need a
like, I'm
ring.
hungry. And
I need a ring, and I'll get a tattoo too. But yeah.
And I need that wedding band to come right with it when I'm at that altar, okay? Slide it right on.
Like, I fought
Please,
for
thank
this.
you. Period, right? Literally argued every day almost with this couple, right? So I want to talk about them and the tell-all. They were really the first couple that was in the hot seat. She's basically... Tanya is talking about how she's not really the bad guy that she comes off to be. Thoughts on her explanation of how she's portrayed on the show?
I kind of thought that too a little bit, because before I kind of viewed her as like, she's really controlling, she's this. But I also think Sinjin is pretty codependent. I think he's not doing things on his own, like independent. He's like when he was describing, like, if I don't like a job, I just quit it. I was like, do you have another job though? Like, is that lined up? And then he was talking about, if I have a kid, I don't know if I can leave, the kid. And it was just weird. It was weird. So I feel like she is frustrated because of his doesn't have that much drive or like commitment, lack of commitment.
And empty promises.
And I feel like he would get a job, a permanent job, or a job for a long period of time if Tanya made him get a job. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just seems very like...
Not on his own?
Flighty. Yeah, like codependent.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first episode I think I've kind of seeing Tanya's point of view. My issue with Sinjin was the fact that he keeps bringing up this mine job. What is it? The mine? Where he worked in the mines.
Yeah.
And he keeps bringing this up. He keeps reliving it. And it seems like he's using it as an excuse. Like, I don't want to be in that position anymore. That's okay. You can own that reality. If you don't want to be in that position anymore, you got to find another solution. And sitting at home doing nothing is not one.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out.
But I think Tanya needs to be a little bit patient too, because he is coming over from South Africa. There's a process with that. He can't just go and get a job like we can.
Yeah, I think it's back and forth.
And then he doesn't want to be a dad. At least be a stay-at-home dad or something. Like,
he doesn't even know he wants kids, which is huge. My question to you, ladies, are they soulmates?
Yes. According to Tanya, they're not.
Okay. You?
I don't think they're soulmates. I think they
Because
have
he thinks
a
they
friendship.
are. So where are y'all pulling? You're saying no? Not really?
I think they have a karmic relationship.
Okay.
I think they have like a friendship relationship, maybe based. I mean, it's sexual also. That just plays a big part in it. But I don't know. I don't see the connection, like where they're
Definitely.
deeply in love with each other.
Yeah, I get the
Because you
friends
kind of
with
would want to
benefit
have kids.
vibe.
I mean, not everyone wants to have kids, but it's like you kind of want to have children
Yes.
and like have your family grow. And
So to conclude, we really don't see them making it.
No.
Not this couple?
Nope.
No happily ever after for Tanya
Nope.
and
but
Sinjin?
I mean, in the news, she might, be pregnant. So maybe they are gonna make, or maybe they will break up when she gets her baby.
We gonna see.
I think she could help him out a little bit as far as the job thing goes. Like, maybe team up with him and you guys do something together.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. She's just too controlling.
She is, but I'm just trying to think of
Does
a
he
way that they
need that,
could make
though?
it work.
Does he need that though?
Are you-
I think he
Like
needs a
this-
little hand holding until he grows his wings.
He's grown.
And but he's grown, but he's traveling from South Africa to the States. So
But at least
there's
have
a
the right
learning
mindset.
curve. She should have known that mindset before she flew him out here.
He might be an opera singer, guys. You never know.
I don't know
Could
about
be.
that opera
was
career.
that was wild. Okay, moving on to Emily and Sasha. We actually didn't see this couple on episode 12, but they were joined by Sister Betsy and the tell-all.
Sister Betsy.
Sister Betsy, okay? So, I don't know. Betsy was kind of negative, like we say she is.
Per usual.
Is this like a negative vibe, or is this just being a protective sister? Is she just haterade? Is she drinking haterade?
I think it's both. I think she takes it to the extreme. I think she takes the concerned sister role to the extreme, and then it's viewed as hate. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fine line there where it's like, okay, Betsy, you're taking it too far, and you could will it in just a little bit. You don't have to be so mean and so hateful. Like, let your sister live.
Sasha admitted that he met Emily before he was divorced from his second wife. And the vibe that I got was that Emily was really trying to play her cards while this man was married. She's not as innocent as she comes off, in my opinion, from what I've seen and what was said. I want to know what you guys saw. Did you see it differently?
I'm wondering if she broke up that marriage, like if she was the cause of that. I mean, she said he was my trainer for a while. We were just friends, and maybe some flirting went on, and then she's like, I can give you a better life. And hey, I'm American. You can come over here.
Which would make sense and explain why she's so scared about him leaving her. Because she is terrified about that man leaving her or finding something better. That conversation always comes up. And I thought that was interesting. I was like, why does she have such low self-esteem? And why is she so worried about him leaving her? But the fact that she might have been the catalyst or culprit behind his second marriage failing makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah, how you get them is how you
lose them. Facts. That's scary for her. Now that she has her little baby David in the world, it's like, now you have to worry about this man moving on to the next, because he will, honey. He will.
Do you really think he will? I kind of got the feeling that he wouldn't, though.
Really?
For some reason, I feel that way. I know it's against facts. Me saying that is against the facts that have been presented. But I just get the feeling that he's kind of learned his lesson.
I don't.
I think
it's because he's young and he thinks he's so good looking. And I think what Betsy brought up is he doesn't really like the way that Emily looks. And I think that may be the reason.
Emily doesn't like the way Emily looks.
Doesn't either. But I think that's mainly because of things that he said. Because honestly, Emily would be perfectly fine with herself if he never mentioned health in the house. That's how I'm looking at it. If he never mentioned, what are you eating, and this, that, and the third, she wouldn't say anything because she just had a baby. She didn't have to make up any excuses as to why she did. Not everybody snaps back immediately.
But I think Instagram. I think we're putting the blame on him heavily, but it's really her insecurity and her fears because she knows what she did to get him.
Ooh. But with health, like with her image,
but don't you
how she feels. You don't think that like plays a role in why he would leave?
No, because I think she knows that he's into health. Mm-hmm. Everything is her. She's laser focused on keeping his attention or trying to keep his attention. So her confidence level and the way she views herself is based on what she thinks his perception is of her.
Right.
And because he's so health conscious, she thinks that because she, is not in the best shape of her life that he's gonna look elsewhere. That's what
because that's what he did with her, right? Yeah. And maybe that was after was the lady that he was with before, or did she just have a child too? Patterns.
But that's what I'm saying. I believe that that's a reason he would leave. It would, if anything, it will be because physically he may not be attracted to her anymore, as he's leading us to believe.
Then it wasn't real love to begin with. His intentions were.
That's what I'm saying. All right. I have nothing else to say about this man. I feel away. Okay. Juliana and Michael and Sarah. Okay. So Michael and Sarah.
Not that Michael.
Not that Michael. Not that Michael. Not yet. Michael and Sarah had a little sit-down conversation about the prenup before the tell-all. And was anyone else a little surprised as to how quickly she kind of like backed down about it? She started off like, what happened to the prenup, and are the kids going to be, secure? And then after that, it was like, yeah, I trust you. Do you think it was odd? I don't know. It was just kind of like not her to like keep going about.
I don't think that's like her at all to like be aggressive. You know what I mean?
But for the kids though, she's different.
For the kids, yeah. Interesting.
I think there was probably an off-camera discussion about that. I don't think she let that go that easily. Yeah. I wouldn't have.
I would be on his neck about the kids.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I may really, really like Juliana, but at the end of the day, I don't know how she's going to, I'm not going to forget that she bought a car before she moved to the States for her sister to drive. Like, it's little stuff like that.
Yeah.
That she's always going to take care of her, always. Even if she has to leave her family like she did, I feel like Juliana is a super sweet girl, but I do think she's going to look out for herself. I don't think she's going to try to hurt them, but maybe looking out for herself could possibly affect the kids, Max and Cece.
And we still never, realized, or we didn't learn anything about that breakup. They had like a break and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we didn't learn anything. So maybe that was because of it. And then we kind of find out in the tell-all, he's not that innocent.
Yeah.
Which was a little interesting how they were talking about that.
Because they didn't agree on anything.
Yeah.
Michael was saying the reason they broke up was because he needed more like space and freedom. And she's over here like, I'll let you go everywhere. I let you do you, go on vacations.
But that's not uncommon, you guys. People's perceptions are different in relationships. That's why they end up breaking up. Like, I am giving you freedom, and the other person feels like I'm not. I feel caged in.
But then the infidelity issue came up, and they thought differently about that. Because he has the close friend.
He was flirting.
He was
real flirty.
Yes.
I wonder if they didn't want to share that he actually cheated. Like, it was just like it's like an image thing.
Could be, I don't know.
Because I noticed with him, might be a lot of it.
Could be. And then we saw Max and Cece. They came on.
So cute.
I was actually surprised about their favorite couples. I'm like, hold up.
Right.
Why these people? I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought Cece.
It was Mike and Natalie. One, and then Tanya and Sinjin.
Yeah.
But they live near them, though.
They do. That is the reason for that. But the Mike and Natalie really threw me for a loop.
Aww.
I'm like, hold on, what?
Did they let Bax come out with his pajamas on? Did y'all see that?
He was wearing like plaid pants.
He was?
Yeah, they're like
it looked like he had on pajamas and house shoes.
Fresh out of bed. Okay,
Aw, we love Max.
No, I
Yes.
love those kids.
They're the
I'm
best.
totally fine with it. If he did have on his pajamas, that's fine. Max, do
Do you? Boo.
I'm cool with
Yes.
it.
And I love that he said, like, his advice to the couples would learn more about each other's cultures and, you know, learn the languages and stuff. And, I
And
was
then
like,
he looks at what's her name, Murcel and
Anna.
He said sorry. Like, you know, I'm
Jay,
talking about
like,
you,
that's
right?
just- right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're
funny.
such smart kids.
All right, moving on to Robert and Annie. So they walked down the aisle, you guys. We saw them actually get married. I know for the preview before that episode, it looked like he was going to stop the wedding or something. You know how TLC would do with the previews or whatever. But
Gotta add something in there.
And Bryson looked super cute. I want to talk about the tell-all, though, with them because they were joined through Skype by Stephanie and Ben, the grandparents, and we find out a little bit more about them, how they're not really involved or not there, and how Robert doesn't really want his kid around them after we found out that he was homeless and they didn't open the doors for him and Bryson. Thoughts on the grandparents?
I would have nothing to do with them. That's sad. Like, obviously, you don't care about Bryson's well-being if you're going to leave him out homeless. Like, no one, your friends are taking him in. That's more than family. So, I mean, it's more, obviously his actions, those friends are more than family than this couple.
Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, they don't seem like the type. I wouldn't even expect them to take him in.
Really?
No, because of who they are, their personality types. I wouldn't expect that from them.
Yeah.
They're not.
Can't expect to.
They're not open people. They're not warm people like that. No.
But even though you wouldn't really expect it,
You would like
kind of,
to think that they would.
Yeah.
It's a child. It's their grandkid.
Yeah, but they're not.
Like,
They're not
good.
connected like that?
They're
That's
not.
the vibe I get.
I don't get
Then what's
warm
the
vibes
point
from them.
of being in my life?
Yeah.
You can't.
And I
be there
wonder
for me.
what message it is that he said they threatened him with. He said they sent him a text message threatening him.
Yeah, they
Maybe
didn't say.
No, they did not cover that. And I would love to know the tea. If anyone on 90 Day fan pages or anywhere knows the tea, send us a
Fill us
screenshot,
in,
okay?
please.
Fill us in. Moving on, Mike and Natalie. No wedding here. No wedding here. No, nothing.
Just a lot of unanswered stuff that just.
A lot. But, I mean, we kind of, sort of got answers in the tell-all.
He needs to just let her go.
Yeah.
Period. Dot. That's it.
Period.
Really quick, any of the couples we don't think are going to make it that we've talked about? Emily and Sasha? Really quick.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
No?
Nope.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to say no. Juliana and Micheal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'll say yes. Robert and Annie?
Yes.
Yeah. After this tell-all, yeah.
I'm going to say yes, just because Annie's like, she's down for him regardless of how he acts or whatever.
And we found out that whole thrift shop thing was just a test.
It was a test.
Which I
so he
knew.
says, why is he, come
Not
on, who are you
okay.
testing? Not cool.
But people do that. People will test.
All right,
So.
back to Mike and Natalie. The soulmate question comes up with them as well. And Natalie's just like, no, she can't really. And she couldn't even tell him that she loved him. Like, it's just, she's one of those, she's not going to say it if she doesn't absolutely feel it 100%.
Then why is she even? My question is like, why are you wasting your time with him, and why is he continuing to waste his time with her? At this point, she's made it clear that you're just a potential sperm donor.
And she said that he betrayed her. I want to know how you felt about the situation that he explained with his friend. Because let's be real. How would you feel if your man...
I've been in the situation like that, like,
Oh,
but
no.
not. I wasn't getting married, but like a girl over. You know what I mean? Like, no,
Woo!
no, not
Could
okay.
you forgive that, Ashley?
Probably not.
Because I would jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
I'm Mario over here. I'm jumping
Get on
to
FaceTime the whole time,
Period.
man.
Yes.
Do
Right.
something.
That's like, I would quickly jump to that conclusion if it's that extreme. If we're spending nights with a friend and her fiance just happens to not show up, absolutely not. You need to be in the next Uber home or something.
Right.
And then to lie about it, right? Didn't he lie about like that the husband was going to be there, and then he ended up not being there?
But he was honest about that. But
After
he
the
could have
fact.
he could have lied. Maybe he lied from the beginning. Maybe he knew that the husband was not even going to be there.
But do we feel so bad for her? Because she was cutting up.
No. Not really.
I mean,
I just
she
thought it
didn't
was a
want
good
him.
tea,
She didn't want him.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't want him. Somebody else will, right?
For one
Yeah.
night.
Don't matter.
And then the friend,
She wanted him after that, though.
yes. The friend situation, I think it just took it over the top for her. Anything else, I just feel like it's forced. Thoughts on this couple moving forward?
I think they're gonna be on the next season and everything.
But does that mean they're gonna make it?
I don't think they're going to make it.
No, God,
At
no.
all. No.
No, I say absolutely
I think
not.
she's super toxic and crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, I hate to sum it up that way, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot going on with her. And it's just like hard to read her and to just
Something's not right.
open up. Like, yes.
She reminds me of I think she's a sociopath.
You think so? Why?
I know I'm going to get dragged in the comments,
No,
but
you're
it
not.
just came out of me. I low-key think she's a sociopath.
What makes you think that?
Just her interactions with him. Remember, she was like very condescending to him in the Uber, not Uber, but the car ride
Yeah.
to the airport. Like all that she was doing was just so crazy to me. It just seemed very sociopathic.
Like no emotions, no.
Yeah, just very
empathy.
like, oh, you're a good boy. It's just
I
very
think she's just
creepy.
very, very, very cold.
She's creepy.
Yeah. Something. We're gonna learn more about her clearly because like you said,
we have
they're
no
gonna do another
answers.
season. No answers really.
And then she
But
was just like stopping, like when they were asking, well, what happened? Like what else happened? She wouldn't answer. And it's like, why are you going to be there then? What's the
Right.
point?
yes.
Give Angela and Michael more time.
Right.
So we're gonna slide on over to our favorite couple, Michael and Angela.
Yeah.
And Michael's friends.
Michael.
They joined as well. So I know the last episode we saw that they went to get more information about registering to marry in Nigeria, and we find out that she has to have a witness come over, whether a friend or family member, and that's obviously going to be tough for her as well because no one's going to want to pay that money to come over to see that. But I mean, that quickly, it's whatever with that situation. They get over it quick, But I want to talk about the tell-all of Angela going head-to-head with Michael's friends. I kind of thought that they were, like, really taunting her from the beginning. Like, I didn't even think that she went in there trying to argue necessarily, but they were, like, with the trashy comments and then the pumpkin. They just kept calling her pumpkin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really trying to... What's up, pumpkin? It's okay, pumpkin. Like, that would really, really, really get
They
under my
know
skin.
what to do.
Yes.
And on
her
top
off.
of that, they were cracking up laughing.
Yes. They were cracking up.
Yeah, they were disrespectful. I can't say, I mean, I was happy that she responded that way.
Yeah. They said that they hope that she doesn't beat up Michael. And, like, they just... like, literally to them, it was just like a comedy show. They were really enjoying being on that couch.
they wanted to just like it. And then, you know what, though? What if they were there in person, though? You think they would have been acting the same way?
It would have... she would have...
So crazy.
I mean, I can only imagine how that would have gone down in the States. I don't know if it would have gone down like that
over
in
there.
Nigeria because
No.
I don't think she would act as buck as she said. She'll act up, but she's done it before. She's thrown water before. But I don't think she would necessarily do that again. I don't know. If she was smart.
Those bell bottoms.
Because any of their ladies will go toe-to-toe with her.
Right.
I guarantee you that. Okay? But, I just thought it was... that whole thing was interesting, and Michael's just over there chilling, but at the same time, he's taking up for her, like, not chilling as in, like, not doing anything. I mean,
I feel like he was like, let me just say a few things so I'm not just sitting here and not saying anything.
He was like...
But he kept saying, I really love her. Like, it's,
I think he
Were you
does.
convinced?
I do. I think he does love her. I think he loves the crazy. And he loves her. Like, she's fun. Like, I think he loves her. I think there's also,
I do.
America, too. But I
Yeah.
think he has fun with her. Like,
I think he
I
loves
can see
her.
where they connect.
After watching the tell-all, I have to agree. Like, I
Yeah.
think that he really does love her.
So, now knowing that this couple got married in Nigeria, do you ladies think that they will last? Is this a forever thing?
I go for it.
See, I see them lasting for a while, but I think that there's some inevitable differences that are going to come up as Angela gets older.
Okay.
And as Micahel gets older, because even with him getting older, he's still going to be significantly younger than her.
Yeah, I have the same answer as you.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes.
She
I
said
agree.
they have
They're not
like.
gonna, it's not gonna work.
Do you think what? Because she said
Eventually.
they had sex like 38 times in 2 weeks. Like,
But eventually, I see it being, I need kids. You can't, that whole thing will be brought up again. And honestly,
the way
she has all those grandkids though.
But seeing Micheal in Hazelhurst, Georgia will be interesting as well. Like, he's really going to be in the boondocks. And
you're from Georgia.
Yes.
So do you know, are you familiar with Hazelhurst?
I just know it's really country.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it.
Like there's
it's
nothing
nowhere
there?
near where I'm from.
Like there's nothing there. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh shoot.
So as far as I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be
Business
tough. But we can kind of get that vibe from seeing Angela and how she lives already. Like, we don't even have to see the rest of the town. We just kind of get the vibe of, like, what's going on. We see her house.
We just need Angela in the house
he'll be
and we're
fine.
good.
I think he'll be fine.
I think with the family, yes. With everyone else, I'm not too sure.
What about his career? Doesn't he want to be like a big businessman too? So how's that
Yes.
gonna happen there?
He just needs some, listen, I don't know. I'm with Ashley. Eventually, this is going to fall apart. But I mean, I don't wish that on them, though, because I really like them,
I do too. And
They're
I
just
love
so funny.
I love when Angela's like, I put you on this bitch. I can take you off of it.
Oh, yeah. She was acting up.
She's so funny.
All right, moving on to Blake and Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
And Everett and Rita. So this couple says, I do. Their wedding ceremony was, what was it for y'all? I'm just curious.
It was nice.
It was so-so? Oh, it was nice.
I don't
Okay.
have anything, I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody's wedding.
Okay. Well, I say it was so-so.
Wow.
It fit them, but in my opinion, it was so-so.
Because he was cutting the bouquet for her. Like from
Yeah,
Trader
I mean, they
Joe's.
did what they had to do.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't spend a whole bunch of money, and I
true.
totally understand that. I just don't think it was the best ceremony in 90 Day.
I wonder if TLC is like, you have 5 hours to plan your wedding. Go. Like in that day. Do everything. I wonder if that's what that
Because everyone
happens.
was rushing?
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
was rushing. Yeah, probably. But the friends are basically, on the tell-all, we're just saying that, like, nothing's really changed. She hasn't really opened up. I feel like we got the same information out of them in the tell-all that we did the first time we saw them. Like, can you name anything new that we've learned about this couple in this tell-all? Like, one thing.
They don't talk
No.
about kids or anything, huh?
Nothing.
Nothing.
She didn't want to talk, really. Yeah.
And then
So I
she
was
had
disappointed.
like an excuse during the commercial break, like I just like to talk to you one-on-one or something like that, or if we're close. She's got too many limitations.
Yeah.
Like, just stay home.
And it's very different from like the type of person that he is what his friends were explaining. It's going to be tough because they know that he's just kind of like caving in for her, you know? And I feel like losing his identity, just trying to make her happy.
Yeah.
And that's sad because he does seem like a very outgoing person. All right, it's time for our last couple, you guys, Anna and Murcel.
Oh boy.
So we see them rushing as well. I think, yeah, you're right. 90 Day, probably like 5 hours.
That's a good point, Stacey. They
Yeah,
probably
I
do.
think they do that. They set a
Yeah.
timer. Your visa or whatever is going to run out in like
Yeah.
this many hours. And then
Was anyone surprised that Joey didn't show up for the wedding? Or to pick up Murcel from the airport?
I was surprised. Oh, go ahead.
No, I thought he would eventually like come, you know, from like past seasons, seeing the like when people got married and their kids eventually came, the ones that didn't want to come. But yeah, I was kind of surprised.
I think that speaks to the lack of respect or level of respect he has for his mom. Like even if you don't agree with the decision your mom is making, you would still kind of show, because you love your mom and you respect your mom, you would still show up to support.
I think at 13, though, Ashley, and when you feel like your mom should have your back, you may not agree. And she kind of did say, like, it's going to be hard for me to choose between Murcel and my kids. No other mom I know on this planet would just really just say that. Like, they even bring up the fact, like, even say, I have to choose between my man and my kids.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. But I think still at that point, I wouldn't have had. There's a lot of stuff my mom did when I was 13 that I didn't agree with, but I would still have to do what my mom said.
But you would have been mature enough, though, to know, like, oh, I'm going to be the bigger person and just show up to support. Because,
Well,
like,
no, I wouldn't have had a choice.
period. Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah.
But her mom didn't show up either, so he had that choice.
Oh, grandma not
No.
showing up. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever grandma says goes at the end of the day, you know?
Damn.
And she wasn't there either to support. They can't really communicate still. You know, the language barrier, it's definitely
Well, she was
there.
like adamant that Murcel could speak English, but he was looking like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I think he knows more. I
Yeah.
think he's playing it for the cameras.
I think we'll
really think
find
so.
out, and I think it'll be interesting if we see them later on, maybe have a baby through surrogacy.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be very interesting to see how that plays out with his family. If they come back on, I don't know. Will they last, you guys?
No.
No?
I don't know. They might.
Okay.
I don't know.
Stacey?
I think they'll last, but I don't know if I would want them back on because their storyline is kind of boring.
I agree.
I think if Murcel learns more English, it would be, you know.
And my last question for the night, I do want to touch on whether Blake and Jasmine will last.
No.
I think they're going to last.
I'm going to say no. I think it's too much of not being himself. He's eventually going to want to just let go and
Be free.
just be free again. This was a great season.
It was.
I'm very glad that I had you ladies to talk to. And
Yes.
Linda. We miss you, Linda.
Love you, Linda.
Like I said at the beginning, this 90-day train keeps on rolling. We have more shows coming up, you guys. Where can everyone find you?
Oh, guys, reach out to me on at 90 Fiance now and at Stacey_Olivas. I want to hear your thoughts about everything.
You guys can hit me up on Instagram at Ms. Ashley Marie.
And you can follow me all over at Hey Alex Bowers. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
We love
Our
you.
founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.